Hello and welcome back to the Coffee Vanners. As you can see, I'm back in the office. Today I want to talk about a tale of two halves, and don't make the mistake that we've made when you're starting out caravanning. If you're liking this type of video, please give us a thumbs up and give us a quick click on the subscribe down below. Really appreciate it. So we sat down last night, that's myself and Ali, to look at the cost of beginning as a caravaner. And we've already looked at the videos that have been put out about the sort of things you need to buy and consider when you're getting started. So Ali and I kind of divided the caravan into two halves. The first half was, for me, looking at the security, so the steady locks, the wheel clamp, the hitch lock, the CRIS registration and the chip, and all the other little bits around the caravan itself, and what we need when we go away for insurance purposes and all the rest of it. We'd kind of got that sorted and we knew what it was going to cost roughly. But then we added on the extra. We bought, because when we got the van, it had a motor mover on it, but it didn't have a remote control. We bought another control. I then went out and bought tyre pressure gauge, torque wrench. I've still got to get a compressor for the tyres and still got to get the nosework gauge. And there's a few other little odds and sods that I want to purchase to get the van fully as I want it. Ali, on the other side, headed off to start looking for the bits that she thought we'd need when we were going away. And that included things like bedding, pillows, cushions, pots, pans, knives, forks, spoons, all the rest of it. And one thing we hadn't thought about before we got the caravan, but it very quickly, after watching the YouTube videos, became a must, especially as we are in the middle of August 2020 and the current weather. And that was, she wanted an awning of some form or other. And we've opted for a porch awning. Now, when we were starting to buy this stuff, we thought there was really, or we came down to realising there was 4 places we headed for: Amazon shopping, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and for some reason B&M bargains, which I can now, sort of looking back, think, yeah, there's a good reason behind that. The stuff we use in the caravan we're not using every day, so we wouldn't go out and spend £200 on pots and pans, and we wouldn't go out and spend silly money on nice fork spoons and even bedding. But what we didn't do was we didn't make a list. Ali has been in at work and she's been on her phone looking at the marketplace and looking at eBay and kind of buying things off the cuff. So that list we made at the outset for what was essential for the van didn't include all these little niff-naff bits that Ali wanted for the inside of the van, and the costs are starting to spiral away from what we first thought. And I probably think by the end of it, now she's gone out and bought a 12-volt TV and some other bits for inside the caravan, it's gonna be in the region, when we add it up at the end, of maybe £1,000. So on top of the cost of the van and the security items, it's gonna be quite an expensive start. If you're starting out in caravanning and you're like us, we haven't been away yet, it's still costing us money and we're not getting any joy out of it at the minute. We are going away this week though, so we will start to enjoy ourselves with it. But it's not as cheap as people may think, and even whilst we have tried to keep to a pretty strict budget, we've still ended up buying things we don't necessarily need, that we could have used from inside the house, and things like a quilt and bedding, pillows, cushions were those items, because we have all those spare for our back room, well, for my office, which has a pull-out sofa bedding. So we've got all those items here. We could have used those, but Ali wanted to get stuff specifically for the caravan so we can go away, come back. She can do all the washing and everything and put things straight back in the caravan. So we don't have to think about those when we're going away. We can just kind of fill it up with food, do the checks, load up and away we go. And so take some notice of what some really good YouTubers have been doing with their sort of beginners caravanning. I wish there'd have been more, because I think we only saw 2 or 3 that kind of went into some detail, which would have made us sit down and create a checklist of stuff we needed. So there we are. We've made the first big mistake. It's going to have cost us a canny amount, but we'll learn from it. And of course, once we've got the stuff, we don't need to go buy it again. So that's it. Take care. I'll catch up with you next time. That's us, signing out.